You may have thought that your betta is a solitary creature and it can't coexist with other fish. However, with the right setup and tank mates, bettas can thrive in community tank environments. In this video, we'll explore some tips and tricks for successfully keeping a betta in a community tank. So when you're keeping a betta in a community tank, what should you look for? The first thing is choosing compatible tank mates. Bettas are known for their territorial behaviour and may become aggressive towards certain fish, especially males. Therefore, it's important to choose peaceful, non-aggressive fish that won't nip at the betta's fins or provoke them in any way. As well as this, you should also make sure you're not picking fish that are going to cause aggression to occur in your betta, such as fish that are colourful or with long fins. With that in mind, some compatible tank mates for bettas include small tetras like neon or ember tetras, Corydoras catfish, snails and shrimps. You should also ensure adequate tank size. Before introducing your betta to a community tank, it's important to ensure that the tank is adequate. A general rule of thumb is 1 gallon of water per inch of fish. For a community tank with multiple inhabitants, a minimum of 20 gallons is recommended to provide enough space for all fish to thrive. You should introduce your betta slowly and carefully. When introducing a betta to a community tank, it's essential to do so slowly and carefully. Sudden changes in their environment can stress betta fish, so gradually acclimating them over several days can help reduce stress levels. Additionally, providing plenty of hiding places and plants can help reduce stress levels for your betta and make them feel more comfortable in a community environment. Regular monitoring. Even when your betta is in the tank, you need to regularly monitor the tank. Keep an eye on the behaviour of all fish to help identify any potential issues early on before they become serious problems. If you notice any signs of aggression towards your betta or other tank mates, it may be necessary to remove one or more individuals from the tank. What community fish can live with bettas? Now you know that bettas can live with other fish, here are some fish that can live with your betta, but first of all, what factors should you consider? The first factor is the tank size. Even if your betta can handle a small tank, the fish you may want to add may need a bigger size. You should also check the water parameters. Different fish have different water requirements in terms of pH level, temperature and water hardness. It's important to choose species that have similar water requirements for this reason. You should also avoid aggressive or territorial species that could provoke or harm your betta. And lastly, choose fish that are a similar size to your betta to reduce the chance of aggression occurring. With that in mind, here are some great choices for you. Harlequin raspberries. Harlequin raspberries are peaceful and non-aggressive schooling fish that make great companions for bettas. They have a calm temperament and small size, which makes them less likely to compete with your betta for resources. Coolie loaches. Coolie loaches are bottom-dwelling fish that help keep the tank clean by eating leftover food and debris. They are peaceful and non-aggressive, which makes them suitable tank mates for bettas, and their unique appearance will also add an interesting contrast to your betta's vibrant colours. Cherry barbs. Cherry barbs are colourful and peaceful fish that make great companions for bettas. They have similar water requirements as bettas, making it easy to maintain consistent water parameters in your aquarium. Pygmy Corydoras. Pygmy Corydoras are small bottom-dwelling catfish that make excellent companions for bettas due to their peaceful nature and small size. You have to keep them in groups as they enjoy this more and they create an interesting display when you notice them all swimming together in your aquarium. Zebradanios. Zebradanios are active schooling fish that coexist great with bettas and they're also just as hardy. Their fast swimming speed makes them less likely to get caught by your slow moving betta, and the lack of colour in them will make it unlikely your betta will want to attack them in the first place. Bristlenose plecos. Bristlenose plecos are bottom dwelling algae eaters that help keep your tank clean by consuming algae growth on surfaces within the aquarium. They have a very peaceful temperament which makes them great companions for bettas. Endless live bearers. Endless live bearers are colourful and active fish that make great additions to any community tank, but fortunately they're not too colourful to attract the attention of bettas in most circumstances. Where possible, choose females over males since male endless have bright colours on their tails which can sometimes provoke aggression from males. How should you feed a betta fish in a community tank? Betta fish have small stomachs and feeding them in a community tank can often be hard. To do this, try to target feed your betta. Because other fish can quickly consume the food before your betta has a chance, you should ensure your betta gets enough food. You can target feed them by using a turkey base or a pipette to squirt food directly into their mouth or near their vicinity instead of just sprinkling it all over the tank. You can also try using feeding rings, which are a small plastic device that float on the surface of the water. These are going to work better when you're keeping mostly bottom-dwelling fish. However, it can often be the case that if you distract your other fish at one end of the tank, you can feed your betta directly at the other. Can you keep female bettas in a community tank? Yes, female bettas can be kept in a community tank with other species. However, you just need to make sure of a few things, as the same as male bettas. First of all, you need to make sure the tank size is big enough. The minimum recommended tank size for female bettas in a community tank is around 20 to 30 gallons. You'll also need to make sure you're keeping compatible species, you're introducing your female bettas correctly, and you're monitoring the behaviour over time. Now you know all this, here are some frequently asked questions that people have about keeping bettas in community tanks. Are betta fish considered community fish? While betta fish are not usually considered the main community fish to go to, they are often kept in community aquariums. Now you know that bettas can live in community tanks quite happily. If you like this video, make sure you check out the rest of the channel, and of course check out my website as well. There will be a link in the description below. Otherwise, have a great day.